When you hear the name Tyreek Hill, what do you think of?
Set, go. What the? Come on!
The world's fastest man, or this?
YouTube, what's up? This is Tyreek Hill, aka the Cheetah.
Let me show you my favorite side.
When you play this game, bro, you gotta have some pride in it, bro. It's gotta mean something to you, bro. You gotta play for your brother. It's a man's game, dog. But every chance you get to play this game, man, make sure y'all play it like it's y'all last snap, man. And make sure when y'all do it, y'all giving everything y'all got, because we don't know, like, when is our last snap. It's just a game of football, bro. That's it, it's easy.
How does a kid from a rough Georgia upbringing become the NFL's fastest man? Can his blazing speed outrun a past shadowed by controversy? Tyreek Hill, nicknamed the Cheetah, once clocked a 4.29-second 40-yard dash. But behind the highlight reels, a trail of legal troubles threatens to undo his legacy. Now we see it will even possibly be his downfall.
Miami Dolphins football player is out, and it turns out Tyreek Hill was stopped by officers and forced to the ground.
It's hard for me to even speak about him without cringing. Don't get me wrong, he is one crazy athletic human, a real-life Superman. Hill's 40-yard time would tie for 15th best ever at the NFL Combine. Yet, even his 23 miles per hour on-field bursts may not be fast enough to escape the shadows of his own choices. From game-winning touchdowns to courtroom drama, Hill's journey is a wild one. Keep watching as we dive into Hill's highs on the field and the stunning lows of it. The full story will surprise you. It's 2016. And the Kansas City Chiefs are a team on the rise, led by steady veteran QB Alex Smith. Enter Tyreek Hill, a 5'10", 185-pound wide receiver out of tiny West Alabama, drafted 165th overall in the 5th round of the 2016 NFL Draft.
With the 165th pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Tyreek Hill, wide receiver, West Alabama.
Teams had blackballed Hill entirely due to his violent past, but Chiefs coach Andy Reid and GM John Dorsey took a gamble on his game-breaking potential. Fans were skeptical. Chiefs owner Clark Hunt had to personally approve the selection of Hill. The thing is, Hill had pleaded guilty a year prior to a domestic assault charge. Hill himself acknowledged the backlash from Kansas City fans. On the field, a small school track star who ran a 10.19-second 100-meter dash in college. At Chiefs rookie minicamp, coaches were dazzled by his raw talent. Yet, whispers of Hill's off-field baggage followed close behind. The Chiefs knew they were betting on a troubled player. Hill had been kicked off Oklahoma State's team after a 2014 domestic violence arrest, but they hoped his elite speed and playmaking would redeem him. Will Hill's talent be enough to outrun the red flags? Keep that question in mind, because Hill's past isn't done catching up to him. Believe me, Hill wasted no time showing what he could do. As a rookie in 2016, he was an instant X-factor, scoring 12 total touchdowns in every way imaginable.
Sooner or later, he'll pull this off.
Scoring again and again.
Amazing speed, Tyreek Hill, electrifying, 91 yards for the touchdown.
He caught 6 TD passes and even rushed for 3 more, even putting up numbers on special teams. Fans at Arrowhead Stadium were left in awe as Hill delivered one lightning bolt play after another. In one game, he recorded 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing, and 1 kick return, becoming the first NFL player since 1965 to do so. Insane! In another December matchup, the rookie lined up at running back, took a handoff, and raced 68 yards virtually untouched for a touchdown. That 68-yard scoring sprint was Hill's 10th TD of the season. He also broke a game open with a 78-yard punt return score against Oakland, high-fiving teammate DeAnthony Thomas before even reaching the end zone. By year's end, Hill was a first-team All-Pro returner and a Pro Bowl selection. The Chiefs' gamble seemed to be paying off on the field. But Tyreek Hill's journey to that sensational rookie year was anything but easy. He grew up in Pearson, Georgia, a tiny rural town where opportunities were nowhere to be found. Born to a teenage mother and mainly raised by his grandparents, Hill's childhood was tough. sports became his only escape from a chaotic home life. He sprinted on dirt tracks and neighborhood fields, eventually becoming a Georgia state champion in the 100 and 200-meter run. Despite his blazing speed, major colleges didn't come calling. Hill admits he didn't have the grades due to skipping class and goofing off with friends. He had to take the long road, starting at Garden City Community College where he matured, hit the books, and earned a 3.5 GPA. Hill's talent then landed him at Oklahoma State University. However, in December 2014, the trajectory of his life changed in one night of violence. His dark passenger made its first public appearance, a night that haunts him and still gives him goosebumps when he thinks of it. Hill was arrested and even later pleaded guilty to domestic assault and battery by strangulation after punching and choking his then pregnant girlfriend. Hill was in shock those first few days, quiet and emotionless. Then, OSU swiftly dismissed him from the team. This is when he lost it, broke down and admitted his greatest fears. In court, a 21-year-old Hill stood and apologized. He was scared he had ruined his entire life and he might lose everything. He received 3 years probation, along with counseling and anger management classes. The incident left a stain on Hill's record and nearly derailed his career before it even began. When the 2016 NFL Draft arrived, he fell to the 165th pick. Hill's rookie heroics in 2016 turned many boos into cheers. By 2017 and 2018, he evolved from return specialist into the Chiefs' top receiving weapon. Paired with superstar young quarterback Patrick Mahomes,
He's got a strong arm. He's going to air it out. Down the field has Hill. Hill with the catch and the touchdown.
Hill was virtually unstoppable. He tallied 87 catches, 1,479 receiving yards, and 12 touchdowns in 2018, shattering the franchise's single-season yardage record. That year, he even led the entire NFL with 27 plays of 20-plus yards and earned first-team All-Pro honors as a receiver. With Mahomes throwing bombs and Hill out-racing double coverage, the Chiefs' offense struck fear across the league. In the spring of 2019, months after reaching the AFC Championship, Hill's name was splashed across headlines for an off-field incident, this time involving his 3-year-old son. In March 2019, police were called to Hill's home in Overland Park, Kansas, to investigate a report that the young boy had suffered a broken arm. The situation grew grim when a local TV station released an 11-minute audio recording that shocked everyone.
He is terrified of you, and you say that he respects you, but it's not respect. It's terrified. He is terrified of you.
You need to be terrified of me too.
On the leaked tape, Hill's fiancée, Cristal Espinal, and the boy's mother is heard confronting Hill about their son's broken arm and his fear of his father. Later in the recording, Espinal accuses Hill of routinely hitting the child. The audio, apparently recorded in an airport as the couple argued, is disturbing. Hearing Tyreek Hill calmly tell the mother of his child that she should be terrified of him sent a collective shudder through Chiefs Kingdom and the NFL. The public outrage was immediate. It sparked outrage in Kansas City and led the Chiefs to suspend Hill from all team activities indefinitely in April 2019. Fans and media drew comparisons to the downfall of other NFL stars like Ray Rice, Greg Hardy, and even Antonio Brown. Supremely talented, but plagued by off-field demons. Was Hill about to join that infamous list? But to everyone's surprise, by July, the NFL announced it would not discipline Tyreek Hill due to lack of definitive evidence. Hill was then allowed to rejoin the Chiefs for training camp. The Chiefs cautiously and during controversy welcomed him back. In fact, just days before the 2019 season, Kansas City doubled down on their investment. They signed Hill to a 3-year, $54 million contract extension. It was a move that spoke volumes. The Chiefs were betting that Hill could stay on the right path and that his playmaking future outweighed his troubled past. Was this dynamic 25-year-old receiver a changed man or a ticking time bomb? Guess what? With the cloud of 2019 gradually lifting on the field, Tyreek Hill returned to peak form. The Chiefs' 2019 season ended in glory. Hill, alongside Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, helped deliver a Super Bowl championship in February 2020. In that Super Bowl 54 comeback against San Francisco, Hill provided the signature play. On 3rd and 15 with the Chiefs trailing, he sprinted downfield and hauled in a 44-yard bomb, the famous wasp play, sparking Kansas City's rally. The image of Hill streaking open behind defenders on football's biggest stage became iconic. From 2018 to 2020, Hill amassed 4,115 receiving yards and 32 touchdown catches, cementing himself as one of the NFL's elite game breakers. Fans crowned him the league's ultimate field stretcher. At the 2019 Pro Bowl, after catching a TD, Hill backflipped in the end zone as the crowd roared. Cheetah chants became a fixture at Arrowhead when the Chiefs rewarded him with a $54 million extension. By 2020, Hill had a Super Bowl ring, multiple Pro Bowl and All-Pro honors, and financial security. That high was nearly undone in spring 2019 by the leaked audio controversy.
You need to be terrified of me too.
In April, as the Chiefs prepared to defend their title, KCTV5 released a secret recording of Hill and Cristal Espinal. Hill's words, "You need to be terrified of me too," dominated headlines. Public sentiment turned sharply against him. Many thought Kansas City might cut him outright. The team barred him from off-season workouts, and the NFL launched an investigation. Commissioner Roger Goodell said they were deeply disturbed. Sponsors dropped Hill, and fans burned his jersey. In June, prosecutors declined to file charges due to insufficient evidence identifying the abuser. The full 11-minute audio included Hill denying breaking his son's arm. "I didn't do nothing." That's really sad. So sad that some of you are watching this and are still not subscribed. Smash that subscribe button. The NFL, lacking clear proof, announced in July 2019 that Hill would not be suspended. The decision angered some, including local DA Steve Howe. A child has been hurt. As a father of 4, yes, it frustrates me when someone hurts a child that you can't do anything about it. Hill returned to the team under heavy scrutiny, promising to work hard to be the best person I can. His public image took lasting damage. Even as he continued producing touchdowns, Hill's brilliance continued through 2020 to 21. But in early 2022, the Chiefs traded him to the Miami Dolphins. Kansas City, wary of contract demands, sent Hill to Miami in March 2022 for 5 draft picks, including a first and second rounder. The Dolphins offered to make Hill the highest-paid receiver in NFL history, with a $120 million extension. Hill thanked the Chiefs and fans, while Andy Reid praised him for having grown as a man and player here, and calling parting ways incredibly difficult. If anyone doubted Hill without Mahomes, 2022 erased it. In his first Dolphins season, Hill set franchise records with 119 receptions and 1,710 yards, thriving with Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback. One highlight, an 80-yard catch-and-run TD that silenced a stadium. By season's end, Hill was again among the league's top receivers and even aimed for 2,000 yards. Miami's offense transformed overnight into a playoff contender. Miami's gamble looked like a home run, as Hill earned first-team All-Pro honors again. Trouble soon returned. In June 2023, Hill was accused of slapping a marina employee on Father's Day weekend. Miami-Dade police investigated for assault and battery. By July, both parties released a joint statement saying they'd resolved their differences. Hill had privately settled, and no charges were filed.
The Dolphins star says that he regrets the incident, and the state attorney now says no charges will be filed.
At training camp, Hill called it a boneheaded mistake and vowed to be smarter. The NFL, with the matter closed, chose not to punish him. In early 2024, influencer Sophie Hall filed a civil lawsuit alleging Hill broke her leg during backyard football drills in June 2023. Hall claimed that after blocking Hill a few times, he deliberately shoved her, causing the fracture. Hill countered that she tripped over a dog and called it an accident. The civil case is pending, and Hill's lawyer says he did nothing wrong. Still, it was another unflattering headline. In January 2024, police were called to Hill's home for a domestic dispute with wife Kita Vaccaro over a post-nuptial agreement. Kita alleged Hill smashed an unlit cigar in her face. Hill denied it struck her. No arrests were made. Hill had filed for divorce earlier that month, denied it on social media, then Kita filed herself after the incident. The marriage appeared deeply strained, and the Dolphins faced questions about trusting their franchise star. Despite off-field drama, Hill posted career highs in 2023, league-leading 1,799 receiving yards and 119 catches. He produced highlight after highlight, from a 215-yard 2 TD Week 1 versus the Chargers to an 80-yard score against the Rams. But the Dolphins exited early in the playoffs, with the Bills holding Hill under 50 yards in the wild-card game. Injuries to Hill and inconsistency from Tua limited the offense. A September 2024 traffic stop incident where Hill was dragged from his car before a game went viral. Charges were dropped, but it was another distraction.
Get out! Get out! What part of blood don't you understand? I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
I'm getting up.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you. You're a little confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late. Too late.
Fans were divided. Some defended him, others were exhausted by the headlines. I was done with the excuses personally. By 2025, Hill's career stats, over 10,000 receiving yards, 75-plus TDs, a Super Bowl ring, 7-time Pro Bowler, look Hall of Fame worthy. But repeated controversies after controversies cloud that legacy, and voters may weigh his off-field history heavily. Hill has tried repairing his image through community work, like donating $5,000 per TD to scholarships and running youth camps. But will it ever be enough? Former teammates describe him as funny, generous, and a mentor to young players. Still, 2025 brought more turbulence. A domestic dispute involving his child, and a deleted tweet comparing a fellow player's girlfriend to an adult film actress, a PR misstep the Dolphins told him not to repeat. A lot of mixed signals to keep the fans looking where they want them to. On the field, Hill's speed and style have changed the NFL, inspiring a new generation of receivers and forcing defenses to adapt. Off the field, his career remains a test case for how much talent can outweigh repeated lapses in judgment. Tyreek Hill's story remains an unfinished race, equal parts exhilarating and unsettling. As of now, sadly, he's a Miami Dolphins centerpiece, still capable of outrunning any defender on any given play. We may never see another player quite like the Cheetah in terms of pure speed and playmaking. Too bad he can't control that temper that gives him that punch on the field. Hill is a one-of-one talent, a likely Hall of Famer if judged solely by performance. But his legacy is undeniably complicated by the trail of controversies that follow him. Every accolade he's earned has an asterisk in the court of public opinion. 7 Pro Bowls, a Super Bowl ring, 10,000-plus yards, and also a guilty plea for assault, terrifying audio tapes, multiple police investigations, and lawsuits. It's a stark reminder that in sports, as in life, talent can dazzle, but character defines trust. In the big picture, Tyreek Hill forces us to consider the cost of greatness. He has shown that even the fastest man can't completely outrun consequences or his temper. His journey from Pearson, Georgia to NFL superstardom is as much about personal demons as it is about touchdowns. Fans who have cheered his name have also held their breath through each scandal, wondering if the next one will be the fall from grace. Yet Hill's resilience is part of his story too. Each time he's stumbled, he's managed to get back up and continue his career. Perhaps that resilience, that ability to endure self-inflicted adversity, is as compelling as his 200-yard games. It leaves us with a question to ponder. Would Tyreek Hill have been destined to be one of the greatest ever if not for these scandals? Or do these flaws and struggles make his journey of redemption all the more compelling? As Hill himself said recently, he wants to show the best version of himself going forward. NFL fans and the Dolphins faithful will be watching to see if that holds true. What do you think about Tyreek Hill's journey? Has he done enough to make amends? Or will his lows ultimately overshadow his highs? Let us know your thoughts. Comment L down below if you are now off Team Hill, taking the L. If you found this video to be a banger, be sure to join us for our next video. Click to watch and subscribe for more NFL stories that go beyond the highlights.